Virgo, this is your December 2015 love as well as partnership and general forecast. I'm going to start with your love and partnership reading. The first card that comes up in your love and partnership reading is that card which suggests that something is eating away at you. It could be, I want to say it could be subconscious, but it's not. I think it's more consciously doing that. Something about your partnership or a relationship is niggling away at you, bugging you, eating away at your self-confidence even perhaps, or your happiness, but it's worrying you. What you know is that you want structure and order in your partnerships. Now that's not surprising for Virgos, is it? You want your relationships and your partnerships to be almost slightly predictable in a certain way. You don't like untidiness and discordant relationships that are discordant or make your life seem untidy. What you don't know is this person is actually a true friend. So they probably would stand by you through thick and thin. So on the surface they seem to be discordant and they seem to be upsetting your structure and your routine and your sense of order. But look carefully, because they could possibly be a very good friend. Your next step is going to be to look at how this person has brought luck into your life or made your life luckier. You could possibly be looking at this partnership or relationship from only one perspective. Because your guidance card here is that of reflection. So the thing to do is go right back to the beginning of this partnership or relationship and have just a quite relaxed look, can one say, at what has happened since the beginning of this partnership or relationship. And that disorderliness, discordantness, that untidiness that's bugging you so much about this relationship could be the thing that you focused on, but you haven't had a look at how this relationship has brought luck into your life. And that's something you need to do. Because the outcome here is that of appreciation being shown. Some form of outward show of appreciation for you. So that person, as much as they're bugging you at the moment and irritating you and annoying you and taking the neatness and the orderliness out of your life, they're about to do something nice for you. So keep that in mind. Because your overall guidance is that of love and compassion. So perhaps that is something that you've got to bring in here. You've got to widen your view and open your heart a bit more and have a slightly more compassionate attitude towards this person. They do life differently. They see life differently. And they have a different way of doing things, which perhaps doesn't suit you completely. But the good stuff that they do bring into your life, you need to have a look at that. Because then the other little card that I pulled says, look around you. No matter how grey the day, there is a path to happiness. So have a close look at this person, because you are seeing the unhappiness they are bringing into your life, but you are not seeing the happiness that they have brought into your life and the luck that they tail behind them into your life. Have a look. Okay, Virgo. So that is your partnership and relationship reading for December of 2015. Now let's move on to your general forecast. Your general forecast starts off with a sign, with a sign. Yes, it is a sign that says by the book. So you need to approach something that you're doing at the moment with a traditional method or way of doing things, which will come easily to you guys. So don't try something out the box or whatever this is. Go by the tried and tested true methods that have stood the test of time. They are going to bring you more success than if you try new methods or methods someone suggests you that might be slightly out there or that you haven't tried before. Your success in what it is that you're doing at the moment lies in doing things the traditional way. Now your challenge is going to be that you need to understand why what is happening the way it is. Now sometimes it needs a change in perspective. You need to look at things differently. You need to understand that things happen not always in a way that's going to be explained to you, but that will make sense to you at a later stage in life, because your guidance card here is the vision quest. In other words, you are being tested on a certain level about a certain something. And what is happening may not make sense. It may never actually make sense. The only sense it's going to make is that it is bringing out your strengths and your weaknesses and teaching you to deal with them, to strengthen your weaknesses and to show you your strengths. So this is a learning curve for you. So perhaps don't quite try to understand what is going on. Just work through it traditionally, one foot in front of the other, until you have learned whatever this learning curve is about. Because later in the month, you're going to get the opportunity to stand back and take a wider perspective of whatever it is that is happening. You maybe get to see it from an outsider's point of view almost. And when you gain a different perspective of what is going on, it'll make it easier for you. So you probably need to slightly disengage, shall we say, your feelings, your ego even, from this, and do it as you would do a task. When you need to clean out the garage and it has this pile of junk in it. I don't think Virgos have garages with piles of junk in them, but let's just pretend that you do. And it's just something you need to do. And when you've done it, it's well worth the exercise. So that's kind of the attitude to take towards it. Now, earlier in the month, you get an energy which allows you to feel at home no matter what is going on around you. So there's a very general theme in this reading. So whatever it is that's going on in your life at the moment, you can center. You can pull yourself towards yourself and be quiet on the inside and deal with it quietly, calmly, and steadfastly. There is that ability. It does not need to upset the apple cart completely. You can be at home regardless of what is going on around you. Then your next step to take, this is quite interesting because these two cards almost contradict one another. Your next step to take is the yin card, and your guidance is that of passion. So you passionately need to wait for life to come towards you. Okay, what I would say here is that you're going to play a more receptive role, which is basically really what this reading is telling you. You just need to do things quietly, steadfastly, with structure and order, and by the book. But to remember to do it with passion. In other words, don't do it like a cold robot. Because you're doing it steadfastly and because you're doing it by the book, don't do it coldly. Still put your heart and soul in it. That's important. It needs the soul fire, if that's a word I can use, for it to be successful and for you to learn your lesson. Because your outcome card is that of serendipity. So, then synchronicity comes into play. The lesson is learned, the learning curve has gone through, you have participated fully in it, and then you get a moment of serendipity. Something comes into your life because you are in the right place at the right time. So you get, shall we say, a gift from the universe because you did the homework. Okay, now your overall guidance for this month is that of vulnerability, the meadow, which is telling you that you do need to open up and be yourself. So structured and ordered and traditional as your life may need to be in December, stay true to yourself. And your soul path card, that of the turkey, says the same thing. Do not be afraid to say and do and present yourself honestly. Don't put on a mask or pretend to be something, or even kid yourself into pretending or being something that you aren't. It is very important that you maintain your integrity. And in maintaining your integrity, you may feel vulnerable, but you need to do that. You need to open that vulnerability up so that you can truly be yourself. Okay, Virgo, so that is your December general forecast reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching and listening.